What a finish! What a man! The drum roll finishes, and the target is
comes on finals night, and it's a knockout.
Dirty Harrison! Van Velzen!
From it a little bit in match number 2, where he did go down 4-0 to Connor Henahan.
On the
Double
third leg,
16 has
David
let
Fatum.
Joe Croft down there massively because David Fatum takes out the 110. But he sort of lives there anyway. Ish. Great Britain, close enough.
On the first leg, Reece Colley.
As Reece Colley fires in the second ton plus of the evening, the 117.
Leg Reece.
This to sneak it. 45 left. 13 for double 16. One in hand for the match.
Just stops himself, but
On the match. Just
controls it, and what a decision to make there. Over 20 now for tops.
One step across.
On the fourth leg, Connor Henahan.
Henahan extends this match a little longer. Not admire people that potentially put their life on the line for others.
A warm welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where this evening is your double dose of darts, our second session of the day, and we will be concluding the lineup for tomorrow night's grand finale. £5,000 and the weekly prize on the line. Here is how the action will begin this evening. A couple of rounds of fixtures ahead of us, kicking off with David Fatum, the American who got a vital win yesterday in the fixture against Connor Henahan, a weekly winner here in the past, and 3 9-darters. But that's how we're going to kick things off this evening. That's in the future. We're going to take a little look back to the past. We're going to have a look at what happened this afternoon. Group C action. Michael Huntley booked himself a place into Saturday night alongside Trina Gulliver. Your tip, Andy Hamilton, 10-1 outsider, came through. What was it about Andy Hamilton that made you see him come through to take that title?
Well, Andy's he's just so dogged and determined. He never gives up, and his passion for the game is second to none. And yeah, you can never back against him.
You can't, and he gave an absolutely amazing interview saying about how he's really enjoying the game and he'll enjoy what he's seeing here. Group C winner alongside Michael Huntley. They are through. Carl Sneed, your Group A winner, but that leaves us with 8 players. We need to get it down to 6, so 2 need to go. And it'll be the 2 players that finish in the bottom 2 positions of the Group B table. 3 places up for grabs this evening, and things are looking very tight in the league table. Trina, what's your assessment at the halfway point?
Well, Joe's taken the lead, and Connor Henahan losing his last match of the evening last night cost him going top.
So Joe Croft is top over the night, currently on 6 points, in a good position. And he is top of the odds as well, as you would expect, currently available as the favourite at 5-4. Is that a good price, or are you going to find some double value for us this evening?
I think the value there is with Connor Henahan there at 3-1. I think that's a really good bet.
Previous weekly winner Connor Henahan, Series 7, week number 2, 3 9-darters, and ever present here at the Super Series. Could represent some value, and we did catch up with him earlier on with Robbie Dove.
Well, Connor, 4 points in Group B, second in the table as things stand. How are you feeling ahead of this evening's last couple of games?
Yeah, confident enough. Played decent enough last night, bar the last game, so ready to go tonight.
Yeah, how do you look back on the last 4 games? Because you did have the highest average. You got the only ton topper as well in terms of your average. Does it look like some of the good stuff that you're capable of?
Yeah, I played decent enough. Could have been better. The last game was disappointing enough. To round it off would have been nice, but we'll go again tonight in the first game.
Where is your game at the moment, would you say, in comparison to where you'd like it to be?
It's getting there again. I had a very bad spell there for a little while, not playing consistently enough. But now it's kind of getting back together, yeah, winning a few things back home, so it's going well.
You've hardly ever missed a Saturday. If you do make it tomorrow, it'll be Saturday number 11 for yourself. Just how big is it for you to be playing in these Saturday campaigns?
Yeah, that's where most of the experience is as well with crowds and stuff, so it's obviously great to get there, but it's obviously tough as well at the same time. There's so many good players now, so it'd be good to get through again.
It is a tight group. In fact, the whole week's been pretty tight this week so far. What's the aim tonight? Is it just get to Saturday? Is it a win every single game? What is it you got?
Win every single game and you're through, no matter what happens, so that's what I'm going to do, is try and win every game and see where it leaves me.
And lastly, let's go early. If you were to pick up that title tomorrow for the second time in your career, what would that be like? What would it mean to you?
Yeah, it'd be great. Obviously, to get into Champions League again would be lovely. Seeing the two Irish boys already doing it, so it'd be great to make it 3 in a row.
Why not 3 in a row indeed? Connor, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just a week ago, Shane McGurk put himself into Champions Week. Conor Henahan looking to put himself alongside an ever-present here at the Super Series, and he has reached finals night on 10 of those 12 appearances. One of the most successful players on that stage, but the eye always draws to the 9 darters of which he has hit. But he'll have his hands full here against David Fatum, and he will know that. David Fatum picking up the victory when the two met yesterday. That keeping David Fatum in contention going into this evening's action and the overnight league table. David Fatum, 56-year-old, joining us from America, and he's been over here for a little over a week now, taken part in the WDF events over in Chelsea. Looking very good at the moment on that WDF system and possibly getting himself a spot at Lakeside at the end of the year. But Conor Henahan, eyes are certainly on the prize. He said he wants to win all his games this evening. And if anything, the voodoo of last night was the person throwing against the darts was picking up the victories. Paul Hinks, when you talk about legends, he is one of them. He'll be calling in all 10 matches.
David, you throw first. Game on.
As we get the action underway. David Fatum to kick things off. Trina, you've
42.
seen David Fatum throughout the week. How would you assess it? Because I'm looking at numbers here and it looks a little bit wavy.
Yeah, he has had an up and down week.
140.
He's didn't start off very well. Left it to the last game on Monday to win his first match, and had a slightly better day
45.
on the Tuesday, but it has been up and down. And but his victory against Conor Henahan last night,
58.
last game of the evening, a 4-1 victory, stopped Conor from taking the top slot going into today.
134.
I gave Fatum some hope as well. Going overnight, 0 points, a group of this quality, you're not going to turn it around. However, those 2 points on the board do give him a lot of hope now.
133.
Going into day number 2 that he can get in the top 3.
Yes, and remember, it is 3 from this evening, 2 from this afternoon's group,
100.
but
Conor
3
O'Carr,
from this evening.
170.
So
Yeah, 2 more players need to go. Only 6 can remain
60.
going into tomorrow night's finals. But David Fatum in trouble here already in the early goings. In fact, I mentioned about that sort of curse of last
55.
night. The player throwing
Conor O'Carr,
first only won
110.
2 out of the 10 matches. It was always against the darts.
70.
now
David
just
O'Carr,
wires the
125.
tops. So gives Fatum a chance at the 125. Goes for the treble 13
85.
with his second dart.
Conor O'Carr, 40.
Couldn't find it.
Well, if yesterday was all about the breaks, it feels so fitting for Conor Henahan to start the day with the break.
Getting shot in the first leg,
He
Conor
does so with a
Henahan.
start in hand. The trend could continue.
Second leg, Conor did through first. Game on.
I think it'd be nice to see David Fatum, wouldn't it, at Lakeside? He's been doing a couple of the WDF events. He's going up the rankings, reached final at the Dutch Open, I believe.
He did, yes.
140.
Been around a while as David Fatum. When you take a look at his career, he actually
45.
played in the PDC World Darts Championships in 2009, taking on Wayne Mardle on that occasion. But the one that really stands out for me is 2008, the
67.
US Open semi-final. Now, if memory serves me correctly, that was basically an event that was exactly the same
60.
as the UK Open. It was just done in America. Same sort of thing. All the players, just with the American players involved as well. And he reached through to the semi-finals, losing out to Colin
134.
Lloyd, which in 2008, there's no shame in that.
Absolutely not. That was probably when Lloydie was at his best.
82. Conor McCarr, 160.
And you saying he's had a
100.
busy week in Southsea. He's just retired also as a firefighter, only last Thursday.
134. Conor
And
McCarr, 60.
he's also, within the last 3 weeks, got married.
Busy boy.
Game shown the second leg, Conor Henahan.
Suppose that's why we might start to see David
Third leg,
Fatum a bit
David is
more
through
over here.
first. Game on.
Taking opportunities that are available now in the UK. Trying to get an appearance at Lakeside. Maybe eyeing up a little bit of the ADC
100.
tournaments. Maybe wants to come back for a bit of the global. Wants to get his name maybe in the hat for International Pairs Week. There's so many opportunities
81.
now for a player like David Fatum, especially if he's now got the time and the means to be able to travel.
Yeah, well, with his retirement.
140.
But it is like you say, you know, there is so many options now and so much more choice of where you want to play your darts.
125.
And no restrictions either. So take your pick.
And let's not forget the opportunities that are in sort of America and Canada now with the CDC, creating pathways within darts and pathways through to events such as the World Championships at Ali Pali, the Grand Slam of Darts. We've seen players, haven't we, like Stowe Bunce, Danny Baggish.
135. David McCart, 81.
Well, David's left himself at 81 after 9 here. A great leg.
Game shot
And
the
he
third
finds
leg.
it.
David Fatum.
Gets a leg on the board.
Fourth leg, Colin did through first. Game on.
2-1 to Henahan.
We've had 6 darts at a double this evening. 1 from Fatum, 5 from Henahan. We've had 3 successful finds.
140.
And that's no surprise, because taking a look at over the numbers from yesterday's finishing, and everyone was sort of those mid-30s. 35%, 36%,
40.
37%. The baseline for which we suggest success is needed here at the Super Series is 33%. So everybody, other than David
100.
Fatum, was above the level on the checkouts.
Yeah, well, it's turning out to be a
140.
great game. Averages here at the moment. Connor 101 plus and David 91.44.
45.
Like you say, some great percentages on the checkouts as well.
This could get really interesting if
100.
Fatum was able to get the victory here, because that would then put us 4 players on 4 points. And even Joe Croft at the top of the table on 6 won't feel safe, especially if he saw this afternoon's action. Brandon Walsh coming into things, won the opening match, had 5 wins from his first 6 games, ended up finishing 4th in the
49.
table. It sort of has the same vibe in this group, doesn't it? That the
88.
quality
Conor
of the
McCarr,
players,
167.
they're very similar. There's not too much to separate them.
No, not at all.
97. David Carr 133.
Well, Fatum wants 1-3-3. He can't finish now, so Conor Henahan
59.
will return
Conor Carr
for
70.
70. Finds a treble 18. Finds the double 8.
Conor Henahan.
Takes it out. And
Looks like
Henahan
David is
leads
first.
by 3 legs
Game
to
on.
1. The 17 dart leg there from Henahan.
Yeah, let's hope this is a sign of things to come this evening. A quality start
89.
for both. We've still got Justin Smith in the back room getting ready. A big power scorer, Reece Colley. Multiple-time winner on the WF circuit. And Joe Croft, the man, top of the
95.
table overnight. Lots of ingredients there for a bit of quality on your Friday evening darting. And a bit of an international flavour as well on World Cup weekend.
140.
Yes, indeed. America, Ireland, England.
140.
And Wales as well with Justin
And
Smith.
Wales, yes, with Justin.
Feels like you're teeing me up for a joke. An Englishman,
85.
an Irishman, a Welshman and an American turned up at the Super Series.
And they go to the hockey.
58.
You've got a punchline for that one? Or?
No, you carry on. You see if you can find one. I'm terrible at telling
83.
jokes. I always give the punchline before the actual joke.
Oh, this is timing from Conor Henahan. What a find
168.
for a maximum
David Carr,
perfect
104.
visit there. Really does serve this up to David Fatum, who will feel this has to go, or the match could be over.
So 85 left. Finds the 45. So tops now.
Game
Oh,
shot on the
what a
fifth leg,
shot.
David Fatum.
What a shot from David Fatum. Like you said, he needed to take that
Six leg
out.
Conor did through first.
And he
Game
did
on.
so. 3-2 to Henahan.
Beautiful. Combination finish as well there for David Fatum. That's back-to-back in
84.
those. That was interesting, because that looked like that was going well off course. And the dart he missed earlier on in the 5 sort of deflected it into the treble 20.
100.
It's like the beach ball scenario which we had in football that time.
Yeah, and a 15 dart leg there as well from Fatum.
180.
Maximum for Conor Henahan. One each as far as that goes in this match.
Look at that though. 101.41 the average for Conor Henahan. Solid performance. David Fatum, he's stepped it up. He's put 8 points on his average from last night, 82.68. But it's not enough, because Conor Henahan
85.
is doing what he said he was going to do. He's out to win them all. You win all your matches, you're through. You are correct, Conor Henahan, especially playing like this.
Well, he's put himself in a good position.
60. Conor Carr 152.
He's 152. Can't be done this time. So looking to leave it handy.
94.
Finds the treble 18 with his last start. Leaves himself 58. That's a good visit.
60. Conor Carr 58.
This for the match and the first 2 points of the evening.
Game shot
What
in the
a
match.
start
Conor
that
Henahan.
is for Conor Henahan. He was out for victories this evening. He wants another place on a Saturday night. He's been there 10 times out of his 12 appearances, and he's looking good to make it 11. Certainly, if he can replicate that performance, an average of 100.21 there for Conor Henahan. What a fantastic way to start the evening. David Fatum stepped it up, but couldn't step it up enough. And coming up next, we've got Justin Smith taking it against the man who started top of the table, Joe Croft.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanauskas!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!
I just wanted to make sure that I make Africa proud, and South Africa and Cape Town, and not especially my hometown, which is Mitchell's Plain.
I know I don't carry the whole world on my shoulders. I only carry Africa and South Africa on it.
But for me, having the African warrior on my back, there's a lot more that comes with it.
The African warrior, Devon
That one's in. A little lad at the front shouted yes when he thought that he hit the double 16 with the first.
Devon Peterson is a global superstar.
He has waited 44 years for an opportunity to play darts on the TV. He started playing darts at 11 years old.
Up until this point.
Flag, Simon Adams.
The voice there of Devon Peterson said he wants to do South Africa proud. They are doing well over in Frankfurt. How will they do here in Portsmouth? International Pairs 2 is coming your way at the back end of August. And now we can reveal that Wales will be in the lineup. But who will be representing the Wales team? You'll find out in about 24 hours' time. We'll be revealing that during finals night tomorrow. Not quite the full international feel on the stage right now, but we have got two different nations represented here. Joe Croft will be representing England against the Bearded Dragon, Justin Smith, a weekly winner on the Super Series stage. However, that will feel a long time ago now, coming back in Series number 2. Joe Croft wants another taste of finals night. He's currently in a very good position. Overnight was top of the table on 6 points. But we saw this story in the afternoon. Brandon Walsh coming in, top of the table, looking good. Didn't need a lot. Ended up losing 4 in a row. And we've seen that curse many times before.
First leg, Justin to throw first.
Yeah, I'm sure Joe
Game on.
is aware of that, and he'll be trying to avoid going the same way.
100.
Potentially not the ideal game to be getting here against Justin Smith, who is one of those sort of enigma players.
60.
Can really be very explosive with his scoring power.
You're a dangerous player.
60.
Joe really has to be on the ball here.
100.
It was yesterday when the pair met. Joe Croft in one of the evening's tight games. We only had 2 games that went the distance out of the 10 matches. This was one of them. Joe Croft coming out 4-3 success over Justin Smith on that occasion.
45.
Yeah, both players averaging in the mid-80s. Well, Smith has left 1-4-1 after 12.
45. Justin Carr, 141.
Barely anything really to separate the pair on what we saw last night. And when we look a little deeper and we look across their sort of seasonal
59.
12-monthly stuff, there's really not much to separate the pair on that either, which, as most things will, it'll just come down to the day.
100. Justin Carr, 82.
17 now for tops.
Getting
And he
shown the
finds
first leg,
it.
Justin Smith.
Takes the first leg of this match.
Second leg, Jody through
An
first.
18 dart leg there. Both of them feeling the heat up there on that stage.
Double towel wipe there. It has been warm here in Portsmouth today. The venue probably not having too much opportunity to air out, especially with the Group C action this evening. Or this afternoon. I keep saying this evening, don't I? It's twice I've done that now. This afternoon was Group C.
84.
We know what you mean. I think it's tomorrow.
45.
And the lights as well add a lot to the heat, don't they?
They do. There's an incredible amount of heat that
55.
comes from the light in here.
We don't have to worry about that in our air-conditioned box,
96.
do we?
No, it's nice and cool in here. It's just sitting here and watching the
40.
darts.
Analysing and enjoying the action. And the players probably not going to enjoy the battle this evening because it is going to be tight and fierce. And we do need to lose 2 of the 5 players.
Yeah, and a great maximum there by Crofty to leave himself tops.
Getting shot in the
And he
second leg.
levels up the match. 1 apiece.
Third leg, Justin
Legs going to throw so far. It looks a bit uncomfortable.
But aren't they the best
100.
maximums? The most enjoyable 180s when you're on 220 or 212. You hit the maximum, leave double 16 or tops.
Yes. Very satisfying, isn't it?
100.
Oh, another max from Joe Croft. His second of this match.
100.
Well, according to the odds compilers, going into this evening's action, Joe Croft was the favourite. Justin Smith was in fact the second favourite. which
97.
would make me think that the odds compilers believe whoever wins this match probably going to go win the night.
139. Joe
Goes
Carr,
wrong this afternoon,
124.
wasn't they?
Well, Joe on 124. They were indeed. Needed the treble 18 there.
92.
Finds it with his
Justin Carr,
third dart.
62.
Leave himself 32. Should he get the chance? Double 16 for Justin,
Game
and he
shot on the
finds
third
it.
leg. Justin Smith.
Hold a throw there. Leads by 2 legs to 1.
Fourth leg,
A
Jody through
15
first.
dart leg.
Game on.
I was very humble of you, that really, there, trainer. I teed you up there. I said the book is wrong this afternoon. You could have jumped in there, but I wasn't.
125.
I went with the hammer at 10 to 1.
Should we do it again? Is this a rehearsal?
Yes, right.
Okay, go.
They didn't get it right this afternoon, did they?
No. Well, they wouldn't listen, would they? I said it all along.
There we go. That's more like it. We like to pat ourselves on the back
60.
here in the commentary box. Well, Justin Smith might be patting himself on the back here because the performance is going through the roof.
80.
Our third maximum of the game goes the way of Justin Smith, and the average is starting to climb.
96.
Yeah, his first maximum.
Well, this just goes to prove that dart players tend to play in patterns rather than
95.
numbers. Because he was just making sure there that he needed to stay on the 19s to make sure he left that finish. I'll have to come away.
60.
Well,
Justin
finds
Carr,
25.
164.
And he will be back for the 160. Smith can't take this out.
60. Joe Carr,
So
160.
2 treble 20s and tops.
$85. Justin Carr, 104.
He'll stay there, you feel, but doesn't quite like the lie. Just shuffles across the oche. Oh, he's found it. What a dart that was.
Game shot
Oh,
on the
what
fourth
a
leg,
finish
Justin
that is
Smith.
from Justin Smith. To be able to work around that dart.
Fifth leg,
Had
Justin
to
to throw
shuffle
first.
slightly across just to open up the angle. Played into the
Game
base
on.
of the barrel. That is an absolute shot of precision there from Justin Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. Super darts. Another 15 dart leg as well.
81.
It's almost bent it round the corner, didn't he?
Yeah, that was... I mean, Paul Nicholson says,
60.
understand the behaviour of your darts all the time, and that was a fine example of it. And that is a fine example of what we were saying earlier about this group's finishing.
135.
Absolutely class. Well above the standard of what we've sort of seen and what we expect here from a group at the
100.
Super Series, to the fact that the entire group is checking out better than the average. We're yet to see a dart missed at a double in this match.
93.
Our average is currently 93.74 for Joe and 90.91 for Justin.
60.
In a player with a higher average, losing and maybe moments away from losing the match.
100.
Well, Smith on 92 after 12.
92. Justin Carr,
Speaking of
92.
92. Look at the scoreboard here. Persists, tries to push it round. I thought you may have entertained double-double there, seeing Joe Croft a long way back. And again, understanding how his darts work, moving across to the right-hand side to avoid the flight, gives him a nice clear throw at the 20s to leave his favourite double 16.
93. Justin Carr, 32.
Double 16 then for Smith for the match. Double 8.
24.
You can't find
Joe
it,
Carr,
so
96.
Crofty has a shot.
No missed doubles in this game until it came to the match-winning one. Justin Smith couldn't complete the job with a handful. No shot for Joe Croft. So Justin
42.
Smith, another handful
Justin
of
Car
darts
8.
to get his first 2 points of the night.
Game show in
Beautiful
the
dart
match,
there,
Justin
laying
Smith.
that one on top to get the job done. Great start to the night for Justin Smith. It started a little slow, that game, but Justin Smith really warmed into it. And that does reflect in the average there for Justin Smith. That he will care nothing of. He has just taken 2 points from the man who overnight was top of the table, Joe Croft, who, the fair warning, was out there. We saw it this afternoon. It is a dangerous position to be in. Could be swooped. Some quality coming. Colley, Henahan up next.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls of this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score, leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts, but he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
hockey with
20.
a chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
required
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go!
Couldn't get the job done.
Got out the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
And we're back with more action from the Modus Live Lounge. And we have just seen Justin Smith pick up a 4-2 victory over Joe Croft, which really is congesting the table. We now have 3 players on 6 as Colley takes to the stage for the first time this evening, looking to join Joe Croft, to join Justin Smith, and the man he's going to be taking on here, Henahan, who is also on 6 points. We expected it to be tight, we expected it to be close. Trina, did you expect it to be this close?
I'm dumbfounded as to how close everything has been all week this week. In every group, it's just been an amazing week.
Although it's tight in regards to the top 4.
First leg, Connor did through
for
first.
those 3 places.
Game on.
The danger here is, if Reece Colley is to pick up the victory, it's going to cut David Fatum away at the bottom of the table. Not mathematically out of proceedings, but
90.
With the top players all having to play against each other, would this become 4 players for 3 places rather than 5 in your estimation?
Yes, indeed. And it's going to be tight as.
It's going to feel like an interview, this, isn't it? Because I've got one more question for you.
Go on, then.
Who would you rather be in this scenario? Would you rather be Connor Henahan,
85,
who's been on the stage already, played and had success, or would you rather come in as Reece Colley, coming in a little bit maybe cold, maybe fresh, however you want to see it?
I'd rather be Henahan, I think. Got one underneath his belt, and got the feel of the stage already for this evening's play.
Okay, I'm going to make another question. I said there was one more. I'm going to make it 2 more. What if Connor Henahan lost that opening game? Would you change your answer?
Now then.
96. Connor Carr, 32.
Probably not, because I think in this situation, you want to be first ahead of the throw.
16. So Carr, 40.
You've got to you want to. How's the way to put it? You'd rather be ahead of it
on the first leg,
than behind it, I think.
So any experience is good experience.
Second leg, Reece to throw first. Game on.
That's a good start from Reece Colley. Connor Henahan missing opportunities, missing darts to hold on to his throw in the early goings. And these are 2 players that have really benefited from the development of the Super Series. 2 players that have really found some success here. Really sort of made their name in this room.
13. $99. 80.
Struggling to keep him straight though here, Reece Colley. If you're Connor Henahan, you've got to be looking back and noticing that and thinking there's going to be chances present themselves. That's where you get confidence from watching your opponent, when you're seeing them stray off that vertical line.
Yeah, and if they give off any negative vibes as well, you can feed off that too. It'll give you confidence knowing that your opponent is rattled.
59.
Yeah, it's not a game you can really often play when your emotions are running away with you. It's all a game of control.
43.
Fine motor skill.
Well, a maximum there. And Connor, his first of this match. 1-1.
44. Connor Carr, 43.
43 then. Tops.
Getting shot on the second
and
one.
He finds it. Levels the match. One
Third leg, Connor did through first. Game on.
Connor's the sort of person that will look at that and go, okay, problem has been resolved. I've taken it out. I've got my throw back. No damage done. I'm in control again. There are certain people out on the various tours that would look at that a completely different way and go, well, I should be 2-0 up now, and almost be annoyed at the fact that they've got it level and back in their own hands.
Yeah, there is, like you say, there are 2 ways of looking at this, like
85.
Glass half empty or half full, isn't it?
Well, this would be ironic.
Look how they were stacked right on the right-hand side of the treble 20 bed.
Well, every time Connor
100.
Henahan's
Reece
here,
141.
we always talk about 9 darters, but we normally talk about him hitting them. That would have been so ironic if Reece Colley would have hit one against him.
Wouldn't it just? Well, he will be back for the 86. As Connor just looking to pressurise here.
136.
And he does superbly, leaves himself tops.
Reece Colley was on a 9, back-to-back 180s, and he's only going to give a dart at the bullseye to win the
61.
leg.
Connor Carr 40.
Just outside. So Connor, a chance now to take this leg. 2 10s. And he finds it.
Finish on the third leg, Connor Henahan.
Well, what a leg of darts that was.
Fourth leg, Reece through first. Game on.
Doesn't make the same mistake twice. That's the important thing there for Connor Henahan. Finds a double with the last dart in hand. But Reece Colley, he's loving that treble 20. This is leg number 4, and he's already hit 4 maximums.
And one from Connor too. So 5 maximums in this match
81.
alone. Over 3 legs.
Straight away you start to think of records, and that 180 record is currently held by Flash, Mark Dudbridge. He did that
41.
a couple of years back now, in the game against Wes Newton.
There's a 7, if I recall.
7 it is.
7.
60. $100.
Well, averages here, both are on 92 plus.
140.
Cracking game here by the 2 guys on stage.
Yeah, it's a great start to the evening. Everything
85.
we expected when we saw the lineup. Could be another.
180. He's got
6.
95.
6 maximums between the pair, and we're only in leg number 4.
$57. Connor Carr 40.
To tops now for Connor for a
He's on the
3-1
fourth leg,
lead.
Connor Henahan.
And a 13 dart leg by Connor Henahan.
Fifth leg, Connor to through first. Game on.
Another break of throw. Look at that. 14, 17, 15 and 13 dart legs.
40.
It was that maximum again, wasn't it? We just spoke about 180 to leave tops. Dreamy darts from the
85.
Irishman. Reece Colley probably feels a bit hard done by here. Averaging over 90 for the majority of the game. 4 180s. He's only got a leg.
140.
Yeah, he'll feel hard done by.
Connor
95.
Henahan's not messing around this evening, is he? He's already been on the stage. A victory over David Fatum. Revenge for the defeat of yesterday. Averaged 100 in that one.
99.
The average here creeping closer and closer to the 100 mark every time.
$140.
High scoring game here.
96.
Connor leaves himself on 126 after 12.
85. Connor Carr 126.
Treble 19 is the target.
$94.
That's great darts.
Carr 96.
Leaves himself 32, so this 96 got to go. Needs the treble 20. Finds it. That's a great dart.
80.
Just wires the double 8.
32.
The chance now for Henahan to take this match
Game
on
shot in the match,
32.
Connor Henahan.
And he does so. Brilliant match there between the guys. A 4-1 victory for Connor Henahan. Super darts, a 98.25 for Connor, a 91.70 for Reece. 4 from 9 from Connor and 1 from 5 for Reece. Coming up next, we have Joe Croft and David Fatum. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, live on Pluto TV. Before the break, we had Conor Henahan take a 4-1 victory over Reece Colley, the 98.25 average. Taken to the stage now is Joe Croft against David Fatum.
A victory for Conor Henahan is really going to start to shape the table now. We have a clear cut in regards to those qualifying positions. Top three players will go through.
Game on.
And right now, there is a 2-point gap. Reece Colley now knocked out of the qualifying positions. David Fatum, the man sat at the bottom of the table on 2 points. This is must-win territory for him now, because the players at the top end of the table have to play against each other. Fatum has 3 games left.
6-8.
There's a 6 point still out there for him. He can reach 8, but if he loses this, he'll only be able to reach 6, with Joe Croft and Henahan already on 8.
58.
So, even though we're in game number 4, we're starting to hit crucial territory, certainly for David Fatum.
85. 44.
There's that first wayward dart as well of Croft is. He's been doing that quite a bit this
100.
week. Just pulling it into the 5. Well, picks off the treble 19s nicely there.
You're running for cover with great success. Although that can be quite a dangerous thing in the early part of a game. If you start finding success early on, you can find yourself starting to let that creep into your game. Where you go, well, I'm going to have to run for a bit of cover. We'll have to do so here. More for the mathematical side of things.
78.
Recovers well again
156.
on that treble 19. Well, the shot's on. Well, needed another treble 20.
80.
And that is a bounce out.
Joe Carr, 129.
60 for the bullseye. Bullseye then.
97.
Well, he leaves himself on
David
32.
Carr, 76.
Yeah, just laid it up, didn't he? Always give him the benefit of the doubt.
Tops.
56. Joe Carr, 32.
Chance for Joe then to hold his throw. Double 16.
No score.
You're
David
right
Carr,
on the
20.
wire.
Very well thrown darts with very little reward. Like that little shuffle there from David Fatum. He didn't know how to use it, did
Joe
he?
Carr, 32.
Hit the dart with the opener. Caught it in the wrong place.
Getting shown the first leg, Joe Croft.
Stumbles over the line in the end, does Crofty.
Second leg, David through first. Game on.
Just looking a bit irritated now, isn't he, David Fatum?
$81.
There's that 5 again. Just pulls it across his body.
45.
Drags it into the 5.
$140. $125.
Well, recovers well there. Finding the 2 treble 20s after the 5.
100.
I think that reaction there from David Fatum,
45.
sort of celebrating the ton, just shows that he's aware of the real jeopardy he finds himself in right now. It's all getting a bit animated, isn't it?
134.
Well,
I've never seen that before in my
David
life.
Carr,
No.
46.
I suppose he's
Oh,
got
whether
the
he's
time
got
to
it.
do it.
No score.
well, I think Joe's really struggling with the heat up there.
$59. David
This
Carr,
occasion, the
46.
treble 19 not working for Joe Croft. But this is becoming very, very messy. He was worried about busting on the 180. Finally gets down to a double. Doesn't
30.
take him. Joe Croft's
Joe
just
Carr,
slowly
167.
getting himself down to a finishing.
$66.
Very slow.
David Carr 16.
Yeah, just not having the luck, really. So, 8-8 for David to level the match. He finds it with his second dart. Scoreline 1-1.
Third leg Joe to throw first. Game on.
Well, he got there in the end, David Fatum. Doesn't matter how you get there, they all count the same. And that could be crucial for the evening,
60.
for the week, for the group. For David Fatum.
$96.
Well, good last start there from David. Picks off the treble 19. Can Crofty find a treble he can?
I'm going to ask you for a bit of analysis here, trainer.
Mm-hmm.
On that shirt of David Fatum. That's different, isn't it?
Well, he's had very loud shirts all week.
100.
All kind of like psychedelic.
Got anything like that in your wardrobe?
In the 60s.
95.
I don't know why I said that, because
52.
I was only just born in the 60s. So
70.
my sister's had some anyway.
134.
You mentioned about the heat there for Joe Croft. That last start going in the little 12 and then straight over to the table. Wipe out the hands with a towel. There's something not quite there
59.
at the moment, is there, for Joe
David Carr,
Croft?
36.
David Fatum, if he can cash it in, will keep himself in contention here.
2 9s. Well, Crofty will get a shot at the 130.
30. Joe Carr, 130.
That towel getting some serious action from Joe Croft.
Bullseye. Oh, what a shot there from Joe Croft.
Joe Croft.
He's had to work hard for that.
Fourth leg David to throw first.
Leads by 2 legs to 1.
It looks like he's been a naughty boy.
Looks like he's praying.
He feels a bit cheeky, I'm imagining there. David Fatum probably wondering where that's came from. But all things fair and considered, David Fatum had it in his hands for Joe Croft to not even get an attempt at that finish.
Yeah, exactly that. So
39.
He was given the opportunity and he took it.
And he got himself to blame, you could say.
$60.
Really unsettled though, isn't he, Joe Croft?
Yeah, he doesn't look settled at all. He looks a bit mithered, a bit harassed.
He'll probably just be desperate to get the couple of points on the board just to strengthen his position in the top 3. Reece Colley just a couple of points behind him.
100.
And he's coming up next against Justin Smith. This is better.
One of
That's
them,
more
40.
like Joe.
One of them, 40.
David follows with 1. Leaves himself on 66 after 12.
94. David Carr, 66.
That's a good last start as well there from Crofty. Thinking ahead, leaving himself 170. Should he get the chance?
34.
Can't find the double 16.
Joe Carr, 170.
Well, he's just finished on the ball with the little fish.
134.
That's
David
super
Carr,
darts.
32.
He may feel he's got a chance. David Fatum checking out at just 9% in this game. Continues to drop. That's a great dart. Just when he needs it there to level up the game. If we look at the checkout percentages of the players yesterday, David Fatum was the only player who dropped below that 33%. 7 from 23. 30.43%
95.
yesterday. And, well, it's only coming down so far today.
41.
Got a nice deflection off his first dart barrel into that double, and another maximum there from Joe Croft. His first of this match.
100.
2 in his previous match against Justin Smith.
140. 140. Joker 86. $54.
We'll be back. Starting to get his scoring boots on now, Joe Croft. Starting to find a little bit of composure in this game. Won't be able to catch Conor Henahan at the top of the table due to the very healthy legs difference that Conor Henahan has, but can join him on points.
No score. David Carr 120.
Well, opportunity now for David. Needs to find the treble 20. He can't. So chance
56.
again for Crofty.
Joe Carr 32.
Takes
Game
it.
shot on the fifth leg, Joe Croft.
And leads by 3 legs to 2.
Sixth leg, David is through first. Game on.
Another wipe of the forehead.
Don't think either player looks too impressed. It's not the levels we know they're capable of. Averages down slightly.
58.
We tend to find when one player drops their levels in a tight group like this, the other player joins in. Because all you see is opportunity.
55.
All you see is shot by shot. The need to cash in.
$59. $45.
Well, not a great leg here by either player yet. Can't seem to find any trebles.
60.
And still can't.
$140.
Crofty puts it right. It's a ton 40.
And you've got to look beyond. You've got to look deeper
97.
than just this leg and just this match. This will put David Fatum in serious, serious danger of being the first player out. In fact, it would only be really
123.
mathematically that he can stay in. Realistically, it'd be gone.
Well, I think there's an intruder on the stage. There's somebody on the stage.
40.
Yeah, it was interesting,
Joe
that, wasn't it? But he's not
138.
been able to recover and leave a finish, guaranteeing Joe Croft now 6 starts here for the match.
84.
That last start could be key. That could be the final nail in the coffin here for David Fatum and his hopes of getting through this Group B campaign.
83. Joe Carr 54.
So 54 now for Joe. Tops for the match.
34.
He can't
David
find
Carr
it.
104.
Dragged that one low, didn't he? Just didn't let go of it. You could see him signalling at the end there. Just open the hand. But what he's done is he's opened the door. Fatum cannot cash it in again. He's had
88.
opportunities, he's had
Joe Carr
chances.
20.
It's been an under par performance from Joe Croft. But Fatum has not made the most of it.
2 10s. Oh, that's a wild dart. And a slip. 5 left.
No score. David Carr, 16.
What a mess. The last sort of 3 darts there thrown by Joe Croft. 0 composure.
Eight.
Oh, another go.
Joe Carr, 20.
Well. Takes his time. 2 10s, he makes sure. 4-2 victory there for Joe Croft. Not the best of games, but a 77.54 for Joe, a 78.16 for David. 1 max for Joe. And as they leave the stage, we go to a break. Reece Colley is up against Justin Smith.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Littler!
Breaking news in the world of sport, and darts has been recognised once again in the King's Birthday Honours list. 3 dart players will be joining. Dieter Hedman getting an OBE.
Yes, fantastic news for darts. Luke Littler and Humphreys get an MBE, and of course, Dieter Hedman gets an OBE. Very well deserved.
Dita Hedman getting it for the 200 titles she has picked up across her career, while Luke Humphreys and Luke Littler will be getting their MBEs for their outstanding contributions and services to the sport of darts. The last two world champions, and quite a good timing as well for this to happen, as the pair will be soon taking to the World Cup stage to represent England. But our attention moves back to the Super Series, back to Group B, where we're going to be seeing Justin Smith taking on Rhys Colley. Justin Smith a chance to extend his position in the top three. Conor Henahan and Joe Croft on 8 points. Justin Smith victory here will move him on to 8 and cut himself 4 points adrift of Rhys Colley.
Looks like Rhys to throw first.
Which could mean we could be in for quite an early night in understanding which three players are going to be making it through.
100. $59. 100. 100.
Pacey game, this. Quick throw in.
45.
Quick throwing and power scoring, I would say, is what is expected here.
45.
But maybe a very important game for the pair. This is the 6th fixture
85.
of the 8. With only 4 points left to play for at the conclusion of this one. This game means a lot more to Rhys Colley right now.
41.
Yeah, it's for him to survive, really.
131.
Leaves himself tops.
60. Rhys Colley, 40.
So for first blood,
Getting shot on the first leg.
tops
Rhys
it is
Colley.
and tops he gets. 1-0 to Rhys.
Second leg, Justin to throw first. Game on. $60. 140.
I believe you can do a Rhys Colley accent, can't you, trainer?
140.
Well, I might be able to. Not sure, really.
96.
Is he from Dudley, Eddie?
I didn't think you'd actually do it. I was quite impressed, yes. I thought you'd have refused.
59.
I'll go with it.
Don't suppose you've got any other accents, have you?
No, I'm terrible at everything else.
125.
Big Aston Villa fan as well, Rhys Colley.
98.
Glory days are back.
140.
Oh, this could be a glorious finish. Double 10 for Rhys Colley for a 12-darter.
120. Justin Colley,
Would have been
144.
his biggest checkout of the week.
98. Rhys Colley, 20.
This is the performance that Rhys Colley needed. He needed to come out swinging. He's averaging nearly 30 points more than Justin Smith.
That is going to be tight. Clatters into the other two darts. Always going to be a difficult shot, that.
How a game of darts can change so quickly. He was going into that looking for a breaker throw, a 2-0 lead, averaging 30 points more than Justin Smith.
Getting shot on the second leg, Justin Smith.
Isn't that why we love and hate this game
Third
at
leg,
the
Rhys
same
through
time?
first. Game on.
So frustrating at times, isn't it?
$140.
Rhys here, averaging just underneath a turn, and
57.
just underneath 72.
60.
Big difference.
But not on the scoreboard at this point.
58.
Everything just a couple of holes to throw.
$122. $140. $59.
Well, he'd have liked more than that. Does leave himself a finish, leaves himself 120. Shanghai on the 20s.
82. Risaka 120.
It can't be done now. So Smith will have a shot at 164.
33. Jusuka 164.
Big ask. But a big player that takes out big things.
116. Risuka 87.
Great effort. And that would have had Reece Colley panicking. Where you miss matters. It's bullseye as well for Reece, and Reece does find
Games
it.
on the third leg, Reece Colley.
What a finish, what a moment for Reece Colley. Justin Smith almost hit him with a haymaker blow.
Game on.
When he parries and returns. He's in there, isn't he, right now, Reece Colley? He's in that
41.
zone. He's where he needs to be.
Yeah, you can see the concentration.
140.
Fully committed to this
81.
one. And in this scenario, a lot of the times what you'll see is people almost be safe, defensive, protect themselves from disappointment.
57.
Sort of looking around the room, not willing to fully engage with battle on the hockey. Reece Colley's up for this.
100. $96. $100. $100.
There has been quite a difference in the averages all the way throughout this game, and that's where over a longer format you'd say eventually Reece will start to reel it in, will start to open up a bit of a gap. But in short format darts, you get these sort of moments where you get one dart at tops for a 108 finish, a break, a throw, and a 3-1 lead. Big dart, big moment.
88. Justin Car 39.
He can't find it, so Smith got a chance to take out this 39 to level the match. Double 16.
Game shown the fourth
And he
leg,
finds
Justin
it.
Smith.
He's been hitting that well this evening.
Fifth
Levels
leg
the
Reece
score
to throw
at
first.
2-2.
Game on.
Which is ironic, because if you had to say what is the strength of Justin Smith, you'd say it's his scoring power. And that's been non-existent here.
60.
But when he's had an opportunity, he's taken it out.
$60.
Is that me? Or are his flights very flat?
I noticed that earlier, actually, yes.
96.
It makes me want to open them up.
Yeah, squidge them out. Get the full capture.
Yeah.
You might as well be
57.
playing with the slim. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Don't get the best aerodynamics from
58.
your flights being like that.
Well, you wouldn't jump out of a plane with a parachute and say, well, I don't want it to open fully. I'll just open it a bit. Surely that'll
96.
be fine.
Yes, the same kind of scenario, isn't it?
$97. 45. 100.
Well, Smith needs to put a big number in here.
140. Reach your car 90.
He does so. So 90 now for Reese. Double 18. Double 9.
72. Justin car 103.
He's been bossing the stats the entirety of this game, but Justin Smith could be about to take the lead here with a breaker throw. Treble 17 leaves his favourite double 16.
87.
He hasn't been missing it much, but he's missed it at the most important time.
So for a holder throw.
No
and
score.
he's gone into the wrong bed.
16.
Sneaks into the double 14. Chance now for Smith to break the throw of Reese and go 3-2 ahead. Double 8. And he finds it.
Justin Smith.
Well, that's a breaker throw we didn't see coming.
6-leg Justin to throw first. Game
Justin
on.
Smith digging deep. And now Reese Colley needs to do the same. Not only is this game in trouble now, but Reese Colley's chance of qualification
100.
could be slipping away. He can only reach 8 points if he is to lose this, and the top 3 are already there. They're already on 8.
97. 77. 45. 51.
Well, that concentration we was talking about for Reese hasn't dipped, has it? It's stayed there. He hasn't started looking around the room, cursing his luck.
140.
Sort of playing on those missed opportunities. Stayed in the zone, stayed focused. That's a good sign to see.
140.
Yeah, needs to put in a big number
100.
here.
Justin car 133.
Went for the treble 19 there. Just figuring out his route.
97.
Finds a treble 10.
Reach your car 119.
A checkout that no one really enjoys. Reese
59.
Colley will add his
Justin
name to
Carr,
that list.
36.
Justin Smith. This is for the match. Loves to split. Loves
20.
this section of the board.
Reach your car
On
60.
this occasion, Reese Colley, an unexpected opportunity to instantly get back that breaker throw, and would be throwing first in the final leg.
40. Justin car 16.
Well, not to be. Will he get another chance? It's unlikely. Double 8 for the match.
Game shot on the match, Justin Smith.
Well, a strange game. It was backwards and forwards. It felt like a bit of a roller coaster there for Reese Colley, but Justin Smith, the player, coming out on top with the 2 points, moving his points tally to 8. You wouldn't think so, the way he is leaving the stage. 5 points difference between the pair in the averages. It was there throughout the entirety of the game. But Justin Smith has a bit of a gap. Coming up next, Conor Henahan, Joe Croft.
Charlie McGuire, 164. 44. 38. 32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
require
Oki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go
Couldn't get the job
Got
done.
in the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
That's right. On the 29th, the World Seniors will be rocking into the Live Lounge here in Portsmouth for the Champion of Champions event. A stellar lineup will be taken to the stage that will be headlined by the 5-time champion of the world, Raymond van Barneveld, a current PDC Tour card holder. Tickets are still available for your opportunity to come down and catch Raymond van Barneveld in action. But Trina, what stands out for you?
Well, you've got Ross Montgomery, who's the current seniors champion. Richie Houston is the current champion of champions. So it's all looking good, isn't it, there? There's a great lineup, and it's going to be a great tournament.
Fantastic lineup. Hard to pick a winner from that one. And it's going to be hard to pick a winner this evening as well, because things are getting a little bit tight now on the basis of the results that we have just seen. Reece Colley going down 4-2 to Justin Smith, which means there's going to be a bit of a gap appearing in regards to the league table. It's the top 3 players that will qualify and book themselves a place on Saturday night. And now we can see a bit of a gap has appeared. Reece Colley can only reach up to 8 points. David Fatum is out. It's a race now. 4 players looking for 3. trainer, can Rhys Colley get himself back in, or is this a done deal?
Well, you know, I feel a bit sorry for Rhys because he's playing some super darts and he's just not had the break that he needs. And I think he can do it, but it's all about what everybody else does as well, I think.
Well, done deals is what we're looking for. We're looking for those 100%, and the winner of this game will guarantee their qualification through to Saturday night, making it 4 of the 6 players confirmed in the finals lineup. My personal opinion is I think they'll both be there.
First leg, Connor to through first.
Well, there's every opportunity that that's going to happen, isn't it? So, time will tell. They'll be wanting to make sure, anyway, on this visit.
58.
Before we get too much into the meat of this one, we've just mentioned
58.
there, tickets still available for the Champion of Champions event. Raymond van Barneveld, 5-time world champion, making a shock debut in that
100.
event. Currently still tour card holder. Currently still inside the qualification for the world match play. But you didn't see that
41.
one coming, trainer.
No idea whatsoever. Yeah, makes things very interesting, doesn't it?
Well, they said there was a wild card announcement. I don't think it gets any wilder
60.
than that.
Absolutely not.
Not long to go. Just a few weeks away, that one.
140.
Along with other great events that we're going to be having here, including another influencers event on the horizon.
131.
Yeah, and in a couple of weeks' time, we have the Women's Week 4, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Get you back on that stage again, trainer.
98. Connor Carr, 152.
Get some practice in.
$58. Joe Carr, 164.
164 then for Crofty. Treble 18. Not to be found. So Henahan
132.
will return for
Connor
94.
Carr, 94. Getting shown the first
That's
leg.
super
Connor
darts
Henahan.
there from Conor Henahan. Takes a 90.
Second leg, Joe to throw first. Game on.
4 out.
It's been exceptional all night, really, Conor Henahan. Every time he comes to the board for one of those sort of checkouts, you just feel it's going to go.
100.
Back-to-back victories, 4-2 against David Fatum, 4-1 against Rhys Colley. Averages of 100, average of 98.
100.
This has been A-level stuff from Conor Henahan, and consistently his A-game.
98.
Yeah, he's played really well tonight.
$140.
I think this is what Conor Henahan wants to be known for. He said before in interviews when he's visited the Live Lounge
68.
that, yes, he likes being known for the 9 darters, but it's only one leg. He wants to be remembered for being a winner. And he is one of the most successful players we've got here.
57.
When we look at Super Series darts. In his 12 appearance here, he's reached Saturday on 10 occasions. 1 title, that coming in Series 7. 3 runners-up spots, 4 semi-finals. And maybe doesn't quite get the credit he really deserves because he hasn't transferred that to the big arena of the PDC darts.
58.
Well, in his interview earlier, he said that he hadn't been playing very well,
57.
but he feels that
Connor Carr,
his game is coming
146.
back to what he calls his best form.
88.
And that's it, isn't it? If you
Joe
believe
Carr,
it,
135.
you're correct. It's coming back. Maybe going to new levels for Conor Henahan.
55. Connor Carr, 58.
Maybe he found the answer to what makes him so good here to transfer into
Game
other
shown the
arenas,
second
because
leg,
this is
Connor
quality.
Henahan.
2 out of 2 and 217 dart legs.
Third leg Connor
Yep,
through first.
Connor.
Game on.
Currently averaging 88. Joe 80.
Yeah, this'll do.
60.
This is good from Henahan. We know Joe Croft's not quite been on it, and you can get in that habit,
59.
can't you, where Joe Croft's not looked comfortable. He's looked a little bit fidgety. The heat looking like it's getting to him at times. He's been spending a lot of time with his towel.
30.
And you can often get into the back room and then sort of vocalise this, forgetting that you're actually vocalising this to your opponents.
56.
Yeah, it's all about keeping cool.
99.
And that's one thing it's not up on that stage is cool. It's baking hot.
$94.
Suppose that's where you look into that last game really for Joe Croft. That win over David Fatum. It wasn't pretty, but it could be vital.
140.
Because he needs... Basically, Reece Colley's got to win his last 2 games, and he's got to win them convincingly.
100.
It can be done, but it is a big ask.
Reece Colley's last 2 games will be against David Fatum, the man
132.
bottom of the table, and then Joe Croft, where every leg counts double.
140.
Every leg
Connor
Reece
40.
Colley wins, Joe Croft would lose one. If Reece Colley's to get himself back in contention, he may be looking at Joe Croft,
Getting shown the
which
third leg,
means
Conor Henahan.
he's going to like what he sees here. He's going to want Conor Henahan to win big.
Fourth leg Jody through first. Game on.
317 dart legs from Henahan.
Can you be any more consistent?
Well, that's
78.
what he's been like all night, isn't it? Consistently good.
100. $97. $60.
Even when he's missing, it's just right on the wire for Conor Henahan. And that can make you edgy as well when you're stood behind your
138.
opponent. Because you just know that they're proper focused in on the target.
95. $60.
Well, only a 60 for Crofty. Just leave himself a finish. A big score here could do some damage.
95. Joey Carr 128.
And there's that
42.
loose start.
Conor Carr
He
151.
pulls into the 5.
$111. Joey Carr 86. $72. Conor Carr 40.
This for the match, and a comfortable win here for Conor Henahan.
Getting shown the match, Conor Henahan.
Comfortable win it is for Conor Henahan. That confirms Conor Henahan will once again be going through to another Saturday night here in Portsmouth. That is his 11th qualification. Will he make it his 2nd title? That's the story for tomorrow night. Joe Croft exits the stage. He's going to want to be there, but if Reece Colley is going to find his way in, he's going to find it at the expense of Joe Croft, who hasn't really performed so far tonight and didn't there. Just 1 dart at the double, an average of 83. That's going to have to go up. But coming next, Reece Colley, David Fatum. 6 games down, 4 games to go, and this could be the one that settles it all. Reece Colley is desperately in need of the win. If David Fatum is to get the victory over Reece Colley, that's it done. We will know our full lineup. A Fatum win will put Joe Croft and Justin Smith through, alongside Conor Henahan, who has just earned his place due to the 4-0 success over Joe Croft in our last match.
First leg, Reece to throw first. Game on.
A win for Reece Colley would make things very interesting, because Reece Colley's last game would be against Joe Croft, the man just above him in the table. So any Colley win here where he can pick up a couple of legs in the legs column as well, it's not over. And not too long ago, we was looking at it saying, well, that's the top 3 pretty much done and dusted. It's all changed now due to the fact Joe Croft lost by 4 legs to 0. And let's be right, he hasn't played right tonight, Joe Croft. 100. He could be very vulnerable here to Reece Colley.
No, he's struggled tonight as Joe, and
40.
Had them wayward darts into the 5s, and been struggling with the heat on stage as well, it seems.
140.
In fact, looking at the numbers here, I make any Reece Colley win enough
58.
to make the Joe Croft game a straight shooter.
David Carr, 121. $97. Reece Carr, 138. $98. David Carr, 24.
Leaves himself on tops. Should he get the chance? 24 for David. He finds it with the second dart. Takes the first leg of the match, and that is a break of throw.
First. Game on.
14 dart leg there by Dave. Vid.
And just to confirm my theory
99.
there, it is in fact correct. If Reece Colley wins against David Fatum and wins against Joe Croft, it doesn't
100.
matter what the scoreline is, Reece Colley would be through at the expense of Joe Croft.
Crikey.
60.
It's all getting down to the nitty-gritty, isn't it?
I think Joe Croft's best opportunity here is David Fatum winning.
140.
Because the way that the pair have been playing so far this evening, you'd really fancy Reece Colley in that showdown.
Yes, I'd have to agree.
94.
Justin Smith just sitting out the way of this debate at the moment, due to the fact he's on the +5 legs difference.
$25. Reece Carr, 121. Game show on the second leg, Reece Colley. Third leg, Reece to third
Reece
first.
levels up
Game
the
on.
match. One apiece. It's a 12 dart leg there by Reece Colley.
60.
Averaging over the 102 mark at the moment, and 88 for David.
60.
He's playing good darts. His race, he's just not really had the rub of the green.
So we've been here before, haven't we, where
91.
Reece Colley is miles clear on the stats. Because he did the exact same against Justin Smith. Was running at times 20 points higher than his opponent, but couldn't turn it
100.
into an advantage on the scoreboard.
$100. $58.
And just looking at the table and crunching all the numbers, we've already confirmed Conor Henahan's through. We've let you know the scenario with Joe Croft and Rhys Colley. And the fact that Rhys Colley just needs to win these next 2 games and he's through.
132.
But while we've been focusing on that, I think we've let something else slip under the radar here. Justin Smith in second position, 8 points plus 5.
136.
He's in. Justin Smith is in Saturday night. We've only got 1 spot left.
78. David Carr 147.
So that's going to be between Joe and Rhys.
100. Rhys Carr 40.
And Rhys, he's tops for a 2-1 lead.
20.
He
David
can't
Carr,
find it, so a
47.
chance for David to take out this 47 and break the throw of Rhys. 2 16s.
31.
Can't.
Rhys Carr 20.
So another chance for Rhys to take out 20.
You feel that was a moment there where Rhys Colley was probably on that seesaw where, had David Fatum taken that out, broke the throw,
game on.
we may have saw a different demeanour start to creep in for Rhys Colley.
$39.
And now he's firing. First max of the game goes the way of Rhys Colley. Sometimes that's all it takes, isn't
85.
it? Just one positive moment. Something to go your way.
Yeah, to make you turn the corner.
96.
Just there for confirmation, a look at the table. Top 3 positions
63.
will qualify. Justin Smith, 8 points plus 5 legs. Still got a game to play as well, that against Conor Henahan. But due to the fact that Joe Croft will be taking on Rhys Colley, who's sat in position 4, it means Justin
85.
Smith is through and will be taking his place on Saturday night. That means that 3rd position is between position 3 and 4.
42.
Rhys Colley and Joe Croft.
140.
David Fatum completely out of the running. The bottom of the table on 2.
44.
Rhys on 96 after 12.
140. Rhys Carr 96.
So Tremble 20. He finds it for double 18. Just takes his time, stands back.
Getting shown the 4th leg. Rhys
That's a
Colley.
great dart. Leads this game by 3 legs to 1.
5th leg. Rhys to throw first. Game on.
A break a throw. Another 14 dart leg there.
This is a great performance from Rhys. 12 and a 14 as part of his 3 legs, of which he has
100.
won. Average just shy of a ton when he needs it the most. When his back is against the wall and all he can do is
99.
win. And I suppose that makes it quite easy for Rhys. Maybe he doesn't know exactly what he needs to do. Maybe he thinks he's got to win by a score. Because certainly when you're in that
60.
back room, as you know, you've been in there, you sort of just have a little glance, don't you, at the table. You don't try and work it out too much. You like to have a rough idea, but you don't want to know the full ins and outs.
58.
But then you do doubt yourself as well as to whether you've calculated it right. So in which case you just try and take every leg just in case.
100.
And this may be the final leg, which would set up that super showdown
55.
in a game's time. Come on, he says, needs a
58.
treble, doesn't
Rhys
find
Carr,
one.
151.
Offers Rhys Colley 6 darts to take a 4-1 success. It's on. It's off. This becomes a setup play now for Rhys.
96.
Just goes into the treble 10 bed.
$81. Rishukar,
55 now for Reese for the match.
$35. David Ukar, 105.
Too much darts. Not able to take them, and David Fatum has been cashing in opportunities like this. Loves this route.
91. Rishukar, 20.
2 10s then. Finds it with his second dart.
Game shot of the match, Reese Colley.
Takes the match by 4 legs to 1. A 92.44 average there for Reese. 82.60 for David. 1 max in the game. So coming up next after the break is Justin Smith against Connor Henahan.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000.
The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Lidlow!
Things are starting to get very interesting here at the Super Series as we get into the real business end of this group. 7 matches have played, we've got 3 still to go. We don't know who's going to win the group. We don't know who's going to qualify. Well, we know two of the players. They're on the stage right now. Justin Smith is through to Saturday night. Connor Henahan is through to Saturday night. We are awaiting that third place qualification. That's coming up in our next game, Joe Croft Reese Colley. But there is a lot to be settled
First
here.
leg, Justin to through first. Game on.
Connor Henahan, with victory over Justin Smith, would find himself picking up the 4 wins, of which at the start of the night he told us he was aiming for, which would confirm him as the Group B champion.
180.
Well, maximum there for Connor Henahan.
58.
From the off.
$65.
You see the wry smile on Connor's face there when
85.
he couldn't convert the 4th treble.
Well, we think about it. I'm sure he is as well. Every time he gets that first maximum,
98.
Mine goes back to the amount of times he's hit it. We say he's hit 3 180s here, but he says 4 because he likes to include the one
44.
that he did at the old venue
Connor Carwood
in
58.
Southampton.
Yeah, 3 on this stage and 1 at Southampton.
41.
So he leaves himself 117 after 12.
140. Connor Carwood 117.
17 for tops.
77. Justin Carr
Doesn't
114.
find it, so chance then for Smith for 114. Can't find the treble 18. So Connor
39.
Connor will return for tops. 2 10s. Finds it with his second dart. Breaks the throw of Smith.
Second leg Connor to third first. Game on.
And another 17 dart leg. That is 5 in a row now for Connor Henahan. We said earlier, I'm going to repeat myself, that is consistency at its finest.
43.
Absolutely.
We did break some news earlier, didn't we? A couple of announcements on the King's Birthday honorary roll. We can confirm we have the official reasons now for those honours.
96.
For Luke and Luke, that is Littler and Humphreys. That is for their services to the sport of darts.
140.
And for Dieter Hedman, it is a multiple reason. That is for services to darts and charity.
140.
3 very well-deserved awards.
140.
Absolutely.
$81. Justin Carr 87.
Smith on 87. 2 5s. And he finds it.
Justin Smith.
Levels the match at 1 apiece. Breaks back the throw.
First. Game on.
I think that's why Connor Henahan's giving us the eyes roll in the head, giving us his Undertaker impression.
43.
It's got to be one of the most annoying things in darts, hasn't it, as a player, when you break someone in the opening leg and then it's 1-1. You give it straight back.
100.
Yeah, you kind of like do all the hard work, don't you? And then can't manage to hold your own throw.
100.
And another maximum from Connor Henahan, his second of this match.
57.
When he's in the flow like this, those 180s, they almost look easy. Well, he's making it look easy, isn't he? Back
Look
to
at
back.
that. 56 left.
60. Conor Carr, 56. Game shot on the
For
third leg,
11
Conor
dart
Henahan.
leg. What a darts that was.
Fourth leg, Conor did through first. Game on.
Yeah, that was quality. No lag there for Conor Henahan. He wants to get the job done here. He wants to get it done here and now. Get this one, top
60.
the group. Take that biggest paycheck available from this group. Move through to Saturday for the 11th
140.
time.
Yeah, and averaging over a ton.
Again.
Again.
It's been around
60.
the 100 mark for the majority of the evening.
$97. $140. $58.
Three legs played. And we've had a 17, a 12 and an 11 darter.
So we expect when these two take to the stage, isn't it? Big power scoring, quick legs, fast pace, and quality. Another one of those. Would have gave him a dart at the double 18. Instead, he leaves it very handy. Ask Justin Smith a question. Can we have a fourth consecutive break?
48. Conor Carr, 32.
We could have.
216s, and he takes with his first dart. Goes into a 3-1 lead.
Fifth leg, Justin to throw first. Game on.
Averaging just under the ton mark now.
100.
99.8. 88.5 for Justin.
59. $140. $30.
We are confirming things
97.
one by one here, aren't we? Conor Henahan, the first player to get through due to his win earlier on. Justin Smith getting through due to results going his way. We're about to confirm the final position through when Joe Croft takes on Reece Colley. But we do have confirmation now of the player who will win this group. And that's going to be Conor Henahan. The legs difference too strong.
Well, he's played superb tonight.
92.
So consistent.
Justin Carr, 121.
He's been a tough opponent for everyone.
55. $60.
Now 66 now for Smith. To get his second leg on the board. Double 16.
34. Conor Carr, 160.
This will be some way to end his night. A night that's been so good. Almost, you're willing it in, aren't you? Because of how well he's played this evening. You'd like him to sign it off with that exclamation mark.
Yes, indeed. It's looking like Smith is going to take this 32 out, and he does so. There's another leg on the board. Still trails by 3 legs to 2.
Conor through first. Game on.
And now Conor is throwing for the match.
$45. $140. $120.
Oh, wow, look at that dart. He's actually pierced it through the skin of the flight.
60.
This is where you need Paul Nicholson, don't you? Because that's probably called something, and he will know what that's called.
It's not even a Robin Arrow, Robin Hood, is it? It's a...
I'll call it a ripper.
The ripper? That was my Australian accent, by the way.
Oh, I could tell that as well, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you.
I thought I was in Sydney for a moment.
Oh, marvellous.
100.
Well, that pause in plays worked out quite well there for Conor Henahan.
$100.
Yeah, didn't put him off, did it?
156. $56.
Just levels it off, rounds it up.
99. Conor Car 100.
So a ton then.
$60. Jusu Car 102.
Oh, what a find. Double 16.
86. Conor Car
Oh,
40.
one dart there, one opportunity to save his game, to save the night. But the night belongs to Conor Henahan. He has been exceptional this evening. He has gone through the card with very minimal fuss, losing just 5 legs across the night and a solid performance in every single game. And that means that Conor Henahan, once again, is your Group B winner. Justin Smith will exit the stage for now. He'll be back in a little while. He'll also be back tomorrow night. Both players are through, but that confirmation of the numbers for Conor Henahan, an exhibition of finishing 4 maximums, has been simply too good. Who will join him? Will it be Joe Croft or Reece Colley?
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts, but he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
jockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
required
he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires 79.
This is it. It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Colley
Threw the entire body into that one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy. Couldn't get the job done.
And the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
Things are starting to get confirmed. We're getting ticks in columns. We're getting names in boxes in regards to those places on Saturday night. Conor Henahan has won the group. Justin Smith is through. Carl Sneed has won Group A. Michael Huntley is through from the Group C campaign alongside Andy Hamilton. And the winner of this match, regardless of the scoreline, will book themselves a place in tomorrow night's showpiece.
Game on.
Is the final box to be filled. And advantage to Joe Croft due to the fact that he's throwing first, but he hasn't looked composed until now.
100.
Maybe with a back against the wall, not looking at the league table, not looking at the possibilities, that may actually be a bit of a
96.
strength.
Yeah, just a straight shootout now.
58.
No worrying about leg difference. It's just the match. Maximum there from Reece Colley. His first of this match.
29.
And there's them wayward darts again from Crofty. Just pulling them into the fives.
95.
He's got to put that right quickly.
Yeah, not been his night. Wayward again. And Reece Colley.
55.
Looking good for an
Reece
early
Carl,
breaker throw here.
130. $94.
And finds a treble 18 with his last start to leave himself double 18.
44. Reece Carl, 36.
For a breaker throw in the opening leg.
Getting shown the first
Great
leg.
start
Reece
from
Colley.
Reece Colley. 14 darter to break the throw of Joe Croft, who at this moment in
Second leg
time,
Reece through first. Game
when you're
on.
watching Joe Croft, the way he's walking around the stage, the mannerisms, it's almost like he's already resigned himself to the fact that he can't put this right tonight.
Yeah, his shoulders have dropped, haven't they?
60.
Sometimes if you just feel something's a little bit off with your throat, which it must be to be hitting the amount of fives that he is, and
45.
you can't correct it on the go, what you end up doing is sort of just breaking down the mechanics of your throw whilst you're trying to apply the technique. And you just send yourself down that rabbit hole where it doesn't matter what happens, you don't feel you can snap out of it. Even if it's a maximum, you'll probably think, well,
60.
what did I do right there?
Yeah, he's really going through the mill of trying to
57.
put it all right. Trying to analyse what he's doing wrong.
121.
And that last start was unlucky because that just took a deflection off the barrel of the other one.
See, we can see that. But from where he is right
100.
now and the position and the scenario of which he is, he'll just see the one. That's all he'll see.
Yeah.
140. Reece Carl, 144.
It's not over. It's still in this. It's still a live, active game.
Wow,
shown the second
that
leg, Reece
is
Colley.
incredible. A 144 outshot there by Reece Colley.
Third leg Jody through first. Game on.
Leads the match by 2 legs to 0. A 15 dart leg. Currently averaging 103.66.
99.
Just like all Reese's games this evening, there seems to be a massive gap in regards to the average, but this time
140.
he is making it pay. This time he's taking his chances.
$59.
Yeah, is how it looks in regards to numbers, which with that gap, that is notable. That is 6. Oh, hang on.
Wow. What a bounce out.
It actually hit Reese.
I've never seen that before.
That very nearly made what I called possibly our most viral moment. Now,
25.
I've said in the past, the dart bouncing out, imagine if it hit the referee. I mean, Paul Hinks is seeing the funny side of that. But imagine if that would have came back and skewered Reese.
Well, I
Just
think it
of the
did.
views.
I think it did. That's why he's rubbing his head. We'll have to see that again.
56.
Just think of the views if like it would have stuck in him. Still not got over that moment yet. Not looking like it was a welcome
45.
distraction there for Reese Colley, because he was well and truly in the zone. We was just about to point out the fact of the average has been about 32 points difference.
59. $93.
Finds treble 18 with his last start.
58.
Crofty does leave a finish. He has taken out the big fish this week.
You feel that was a different version, though, of Joe Croft at that period of time, don't you?
84. Joey O'Connor,
Feeling like
170.
a very desperate version of Joe Croft right now. And he's just seen Reese Colley
96.
take a much more
Reese
difficult
O'Connor,
finish than this, the
114.
144. That 30 points difference means he only needs the one treble. He's found it with the opening dart. So dart at tops for a double breaker throw and a 3-0 lead. Crofty thinks it's going. Was nodding along,
Gage
he's
on the third
correct.
leg, Reese Colley.
Quality, world-class finishing
Fourth leg, Reese
from Reese
through
Colley
first.
in the game he needs it the most.
Game on.
About 40 minutes ago, we thought the job was done. We thought Reese Colley couldn't get through. It was just mathematical. But it's all happening and unravelling just like it did this afternoon in Group C. Brandon Walsh came in top of the table, ended up not qualifying. Joe Croft could be following the same way.
45.
Yeah, I think his heart's gone now.
134.
If he could just get this leg, it might give him that boost that he needs.
100.
But he's looking dejected.
I think he's looked like a beaten man from leg one. And that will be because just he's not been feeling right. You can see it tonight.
97.
It's horrible, isn't it? You sit around waiting for your opportunity at the Super Series. You get your one chance a season. You get here, you do a great job on day one, and it just doesn't happen on day two.
170.
Reese Colley is producing the goods. Oh, this would be exceptional. What a way this would be to win it. Reese Colley gets the job done with a 170 finish. He sinks Joe Croft with the biggest finish of them all. And that books himself through to Saturday night. And it wasn't just the 170, the 114, the 144, the average of 101.90. When Reese Colley needed to stand up, he stood up, he was counted, and he will be counted in tomorrow night's lineup. He is through to Saturday night. We've still got one more game to go. David Fatum, Justin Smith. Well, I think we needed that break to get our breath back there. Reece Colley, 4-0 victory over Joe Croft. That has confirmed his place through to Saturday night. He did it with finishes of 144, 114 and the 170. The big fish to win the match. And that moves him into the top three. The top three is now confirmed. Conor Henahan, your group winner. Justin Smith and Reece Colley, they will go through to Saturday night to complete the lineup. But to complete our card tonight, there is just one more game left to go. Justin Smith will take on the man at the bottom of the table, David Fatum. And where you may think that this will be a victory for Justin Smith, it's interesting to note that David Fatum picked up this victory in the final game of yesterday. But before we get into that one, we are going to take a moment to hear from Reece Colley, who has just booked his place in Saturday night.
Well, Reece, many congratulations. You have made it through to another Saturday. 2 wins Thursday, 2 wins Friday was enough, but you did it in some style in the end.
Yeah, it was good. It was a bit nervy, but I'll take it. I'm happy to be through.
If a 101.9 is nervy, then I want to know what you're doing.
Well, to be honest with you, it was absolutely piping up there, but I just thought, just keep plodding and hit my doubles. I've been struggling really bad on my doubles, but in the last game I hit them, so I'm happy with that.
Was the 144 a settler, that double 12 going in nicely in the corner to kind of set you up?
Yeah, it definitely was. To be fair, I thought, if I can take this out, was he on a 2-dart finish? Something like that. But yeah, that just... From there, I felt comfortable and I thought just keep my scoring going and I'll be all right.
Ended in style on 170 as well, but that wasn't the most eventful thing because we can show you what happened a little bit earlier on. When this starts here...
That was crazy.
What happened? Talk me through that.
Like, I think he hit the wire, but it bounced out, and if I didn't move, it'd have definitely gone in my knee. So I just thought, I'll just move out of the way. But yeah, it was quite funny. It took the tension out of the game, to be fair, so...
Nearly one of our most viral moments ever. Had anything like that to you happen before?
No, not really, no. But I've been close a couple of times, but that's probably the closest I've been from having a bounce out straight in money, to be fair.
Let's talk tomorrow. You've been here a bunch of times on Saturday. I think this is number 7 for you. What does Saturday at the Modus Super Series mean to you?
To be honest, I've been struggling for the last 6 months, like with a lot of health issues with my head and a few things like personally, but I went to Chelsea the weekend, I played some decent darts, pulled out the event on the Sunday. And I thought, you know what, let's just focus on Modus now, because I've always loved the Modus. And this is the place that I've always enjoyed playing darts. So to get through is even better. But I've been struggling, so like, it means a lot, to be honest with you, it means a lot.
You do know what that winning feeling's like here at the Live Lounge. What would it mean to do it again?
It means a lot. I need it now, to be honest with you. I've been struggling lately, but if I could get the win Saturday, it'd be nice. Very nice.
Provided lots of entertainment in some style as well. We'll see you tomorrow. Many congratulations, Reece.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Just a bit of translation there for you as well. Piping means it's a bit hot on the stage, which was our sort of theory, wasn't it, going through the evening?
Yes, it was indeed. Yeah, piping hot.
He said he was nervy, didn't he, there, the 101 average, and I guess that just goes to show that sometimes nervy, getting shakes, that's just the adrenaline, doesn't mean you're going to play bad. It's that fight or flight sort of scenario, isn't it? And Reece Colley chose to fight.
Yeah, it's getting your nerves to work for you rather than against you. Channeling them down the channel of the dart. The concentration, the tunnel vision.
42.
To tackle the goal ahead.
80.
We did confirm if he didn't move, the dart would have gone in the knee. And as Robbie Dove there said in the interview,
98.
Would have been one of our most viral moments ever. I think that would have swept the world, probably more than the World Cup would have.
45.
Dart in knee. In fact, there's whole threads of darts in people. It could have made that.
Darts nearly in knee, then we'll do that thread.
59.
Yeah, I can't see it being as popular, but you never know.
One can try.
100.
Not quite worked out this week, has it, for David Fatum? Not replicating what he's been doing on that WF Tour, because to reach the final of the Dutch Open, that's some achievement.
Yeah, it's a massive achievement. It's the biggest open tournament in the world. And it's it's no mean feat to get there.
It's about 5,000 entries, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, the amount of entries.
Plays across multiple days as well.
Well, you'd have to with that many entries, wouldn't you?
32. David Carr, 68.
I've been once, had a look at it. I think it's one of those things you've got to go and experience at least once.
Did you not like it?
52.
Didn't, to be honest. It is a bit too busy for my liking. And they moved me into like this VIP room where they went, oh, the VIP room here, lots of extra practice opportunities. And even that was rammed.
140.
7 people on the
David
board.
Carr, 16. Game shot on the first leg, David Fatum.
I mean, you get the serious start players there.
Second leg, Justin to through
At
first.
the Dutch Open, but you do
Game
get
on.
a certain percentage of the entries also interested in the party tent.
Yes, I think
59.
that sells it for you, really, doesn't it? When there's a party tent, you realise not everyone's there for the right reasons. Or not everyone's there to chase down that title.
60.
No, they'll pay their entry to play. Aren't really fussed whether they win or lose.
100.
A long gap between games as well, isn't it?
97.
Lots of stuff to manage. It's not just producing on the board.
100.
David Fatum has got 1 win in this group. And it came yesterday in the final fixture of the day.
100.
Is he going to do it again?
He's 25% of the way there.
100.
Well, Smith on 142 when he returns. David looking to
100. Just to Carl, 142.
find another treble.
$42. David Carr, 144.
Well, this has just been taken out by Reece Colley.
Quite a lot of things
96.
were taken out by
Just to
Reece,
Carl,
wasn't they?
100.
114, 170. What a way to end his night.
80. David Carr, 48.
Nearly another Tumplers checkout added to the list. That's quite inviting.
Game shot on the
Well, he
second leg,
manages to
David
find the
Fatum.
double 8. And takes a 2-0 lead.
Third leg, David to throw first.
Break a throw
Game
there
on.
too.
And it'll probably just annoy him. He's not going to be going, well, get a bit of positivity here, win the last game. He knows he can be finishing bottom of the table.
140.
But looking through all of the
60.
sessions, not just yesterday for David Fatum winning his last game. He's done it every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Group A. The same again yesterday. Could be the same here. Maybe he just needs like
100.
4 or 5 hours worth of play just to get warmed up.
140.
Perhaps he should do what Mervyn King does and come in about 4 hours earlier.
Where's this David Fatum been?
140.
This is the quality we know he's got. He's been playing this game for a lot of years at a very, very high level.
85. David Carr, 121.
So 1-2-1 now for David. Treble 17 would have left the ball.
97.
Well, a max here would really put the cat amongst the pigeons.
140. David Carr, 24.
Two 12s then for David.
Game
And he
shot on the
does,
third leg,
takes
David
it.
Fatum.
3-0.
Fourth leg, Justin to throw first. Game on. $41. $58. $45.
I think two things are happening here. David Fatum playing significantly better than what we've seen so far this week. Well, certainly in this Group B campaign.
16.
But I think for Justin Smith, he's a player that plays with adrenaline, isn't he? He's a player that plays with emotion. And right now he knows his
58.
fate is through. But
So do you just think he's going through the motions then?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
$89.
That being said, though,
100.
Justin Smith with defeat here would actually drop below Reece Colley, which would be quite ironic. We thought Reece Colley had very little chance of even getting through. He could end up finishing second.
58. $95.
The permutations go on.
$100.
Yes, he leaves an outshot with that last treble. Leaves 136 when he returns. This shot has been
135.
pressurised.
136.
Now then, double eight.
128.
Might have been some way to end his week. A
27.
week that's not gone the way he wanted, but he could have ended it the way he'd have expected. And he's back.
19. David Carr 8.
3 darts in hand. Very comfortable 4-0 success over the bearded dragon.
$4. Justin your car 8. Game shot on the fourth leg, Justin Smith.
Now Justin gets a leg on the board.
Fifth leg, David to throw first. Game on.
David now throwing for the match.
$60.
It's a position he's not been in for a while, isn't it, David Fatum? There getting match darts.
90. $140.
That's great darts there.
Say about not getting match darts. He's not got to 3 legs this
60.
evening. 4-2 defeats to Connor Henahan and Joe Croft, and a 4-1 to Reece Colley.
$100. $43. $97.
Just find the treble 19 with his last start. We'll come back for 104.
$58. David Carr 104.
With time on his side. Just needs the one treble to get further match darts.
56. $95. David Carr 48.
It's 48 then. For David, double 16 for the match.
Getting shot in the match, David Fatum.
He gets it done. David Fatum, it's not been his week, it's not been his night, it's not been his group, but he continues the trend of winning the very last game of every single session. He departs the stage, he is done for the week, and he is done in a bit of style. A 4-1 victory over Justin Smith. Justin Smith will be back tomorrow, where you could be joining us yourself here at the Live Lounge.
He gets bullseye for the win. Absolutely incredible by Andreas Harrison.
The new Modus Super Series champion. It's Phil, the Power Welcome back to the party in Portsmouth here at the Modus Live Lounge.
So much coming up here at the Live Lounge. We've got our finals night. That's coming your way tomorrow. We now know the lineup, but we've also got some special events. An audience with Phil the Power Taylor coming your way on the 28th of June. And the World Seniors of Darts Champion of Champions event featuring Raymond van Barneveld, the 5-time world champion. Tickets still available for that. That coming up on June the 29th. But this is what we've seen this evening. A win in the final game once again there for David Fatum. But the big story came in the game prior to that. Colley picking up the victory by 4-0 against Joe Croft. And that means he has booked himself a place through to the final 6 players this week. He did so with some finishes of 144, 114 and 170. Trina, going into that last game, he said he was nervy. Do you think that helped carry him through?
Yes, I think it did. You know, it's good to have nerves, and it's getting them to work for you rather than against you, and always good to have nerves, and I think that's what took him over the line.
He was outside of position. He needed results to go his way. He's actually ended up leapfrogging and finishing second in the table. But the group has gone the way of Conor Henahan. Once again, the 9-dart man, the guy who wants to pick up a second title, has gone completely through the card. I'm going to take a look now how this looks in regards to the weekly winners and runners-up. And third place in this case for Justin Smith. That is your 6 players. That will be taking place in tomorrow night's final. And we'll have a little look at how this shapes up in regards to the placements. Group 1 will see the Group A winner Carl Sneed, Colley and Michael Huntley. While Group 2 sees Conor Henahan, Andy Hamilton and Justin Smith. Trainer, how do you assess those groups?
Well, they're just incredible, aren't they? You've got the Conor Henahan and Andy Hamilton. We've seen how Andy has played today and battled his way through to win the group. So it's an intense group, and yeah, as is Group 1.
Safe to say, 2 very even groups. We've got so much still to come here on the Super Series channel on Pluto TV. We've got Dart's biggest bust-ups coming up next. We'll be reliving the Influencers event from 11:45. But it's all building to Saturday night, 7:30. The final 6 players are confirmed. Who will be taking the weekly title?
What a finish! drum roll finishes, and the target is hit.
Finals night, and it's a knockout. Dirty Harrison! Van Velzen!
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!